Amen. Line 3,
Nancy, how you doing over there?
177.
Hang on, one more minute, according to me.
You getting to move your stuff for the diet? Yeah.
So where's all the others listed in here?
I always put it on the side. That shows up in the video.
I know.
Which, second page?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the first page.
Yeah, I see it.
Nancy, you ready?
And the rest of it falls under first 2
I see it.
on the second page.
See it.
And the next section.
Okay, I'd like to call the 7 p.m. work session meeting to order. We roll call, please.
Mr. Boonstra?
Here.
Mr. Fisher?
Here.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yeah. Nancy, could you read the public open work session meeting, please?
Yes, this regular work session meeting of the Wykoff Township Committee is now in session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting appears on our annual schedule of meetings. A copy of said annual schedule has been posted on the bulletin board in Memorial Town Hall. A copy has been filed with the municipal clerk and has been posted on our municipal website. Copy has also been emailed to the Record, the Ridgewood News, and the North Jersey Herald News, all newspapers having a general circulation throughout the township of Wykoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda thereof was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers.
Okay, thank you. Can we confirm the finance committee has signed all the
Yes,
vouchers?
it's
They're
all
in?
been delivered back to me,
everything?
yes, sir.
Okay, can I have a motion to open the meeting, 10 minutes, public comment period, 10-minute public comment, 2 minutes per speaker for public comment, any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the Township of Wykoff.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong? Yes. Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay, anybody wishing to come forward to address the governing body, please identify yourself.
Seeing and hearing no
Can
one,
we have a motion
I'm
to close?
motion to close.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Okay. Boy, we have a special occasion tonight where we have Aldo Cassio with Jill, young Aldo, and family and friends. And we're here to celebrate one of the greatest things that ever happened to Wykoff. Aldo Cassio coming to town and opening his restaurant May 19th, 1983. So, Aldo, I'd like to read a proclamation that we have for you, and then we're going to invite you and the family to come on up. We'll take some photos and we'll enjoy and pay tribute to you. Whereas Aldo Cassio, you weren't related
Got
to
that?
Butch Cassidy, were you? It's not easy, it's not an easy word. It's not, it's not an easy name for a Bostonian to pronounce. Whereas Aldo Cassio left Palermo, Sicily, and came to America at age 15 and worked in several restaurants. And whereas on May 19, 1983, Aldo's Italian restaurant opened in Wykoff, with Aldo's wife Jill managing the front of the house, and Aldo and his brother Dominic preparing delicious Italian cuisine. And whereas Aldo and Jill Cassio raised their children Danielle and Aldo in Wykoff, and are now proud grandparents to Leo, May, Grace, and Charlotte. Whereas Aldo's passion for soccer has been shared locally by so many, especially our youth in Wykoff, as he has coached the Torpedo and Ramapo High School soccer teams with his good friend Evan Baumgarten, and he has been inducted and recognized into the Ramapo High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Whereas Aldo opened the Brick House in 1997 and recently celebrated 25 years and reopened and expanded Aldo's Panavino in July of 2013. And whereas Aldo has a sizable following and presence in Wyckoff, as well as known for his warm and welcoming hospitality, ensuring a family atmosphere for his many guests and friends. And whereas in the dark days after the September 11th tragedy at the World Trade Center, Aldo volunteered to cook meals for the rescue workers and firefighters working at Ground Zero, traveling weekly with his equipment, fresh food, and volunteers to set up camp and prepare and serve home-cooked meals. And whereas Aldo is most proud of serving his community and for his caring generosity and humble support for which he is widely known, his fundraising events have earned him the Gregory M. Hirsch Heart Foundation for Pediatric Heart Care and Research at the Joseph M. Sanzeri Children's Hospital, Hackensack University Medical Center as Humanitarian of the Year. Over the years, he was selected as Citizen of the Year for the Hackensack chapter of UNICO, and he was recipient of the award for the Sicilian Federation of New Jersey, where he was recently awarded a U.S. flag from Afghanistan's Veteran Task Force. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, thanks Mr. Aldo Cassio and recognizes him as an active participant in our North Jersey community and for weaving a part of himself to the fabric of Wyckoff. He is a shining example of what makes Wyckoff so special, embracing our community of neighbors, friends, and volunteers as he celebrates the successful 40-year anniversary of Aldo's Panavino restaurant. He is admired for his countless years of caring support, generosity, and dedication to many local nonprofit organizations that have benefited greatly from Mr. Cassio's community spirit and philanthropic contributions. Signed by the Wyckoff Township Committee. Aldo? Well, I'm going to have you come up, Aldo.
You gotta say a few words.
You have to say a couple of things. We're going to bring the governing body as well in case they wanted to
This way or
say
that
a
way?
few things. We're going to turn around. We're going to all face the audience.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take the mic away. I don't think we need the mic. What do you think? All right?
You can pronounce the words right, you don't need a mic.
You just called me the Sundance Kid. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys coming up, gentlemen? We all know where to stand, right?
If we don't get it right, you'll tell us.
Rudy, you're on the other side of Aldo. Okay, hey Aldo, you hold it. We know what to do automatically.
Very nice. Very nice.
We good? Yeah. All right, we're gonna have Aldo say something, then we're gonna bring Jill, the family up, and then all the friends will all come up. Stay here, guys. Al, do you wanna say something?
Well, I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna, you wanted to keep it.
That's right.
So my thanks goes to my wife, my family, the board of Wyckoff, and in 40 years, Wyckoff has been really good to me, and I thank everybody for that. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Come on, Aldo.
Very cute. She's good. I hope that bow doesn't upstage out though. We're gonna put it on him next.
It's bow tie
Oh
possible.
my God.
Aldo, hold that proclamation so we can see it, please.
Yes.
Thank you, not gonna ask, stay there. We ask the governing body members that are friends of Aldo's that wanna get in the picture. Like,
Evan, come.
Gary, Debbie, Roger.
Picture in the bar.
Come on, Roger, get in there. You would never miss a photo op. Evan, come on, Evan. You got mentioned.
Yes, honorable
Give us a
mention.
proclamation, I mean,
Rob, you come on, Rob. Scott, Rudy Scott, come on. Come on, Gary. Debbie, come on.
Come on, Debbie. This will never happen again. Another 40 years. Let's go. Gotta wait 40 more years for this.
Why are you in the back?
47 Patrick.
No, you don't know. You're fine. You're fine. Here we go. We're good.
No, but now the picture's too wide, hold on.
You told people.
Chairs are in the photo.
Oh, there you go.
He's trying to tell us.
Jeez. Oh, now.
Those guys.
Shine it up.
Look at Matt. Look at Matt. You good? Everybody looking? You got it?
Yeah.
Good job. Very good. All right, we're gonna take a 2-minute recess.
Honestly, 40 years, I have a picture of standing with the old Aldo song.
Oh, you have?
Oh, really?
I want to see it. Can you clap your hands? Yeah, clap your hands.
I will see you later. Soda pop.
Yeah, exactly, Tom. For the game, yes. I saw Joe the other day. Last time I saw him, I said that we were fighting over the will. You know, now this time we weren't fighting at all.
You got everything in the picture, as long as you get everything.
Yeah, that's right.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I know. Congratulations. He is a special guy, but you already knew that. Yes.
Nothing like it. Oh, no, what are we going to?
It's remaining, Robert, it's gonna stay in natural state. That's how it's agreed. It was, sit down, no, oh, yeah, oh, no. I thought that's what you meant. Oh, no, I thought the resident wanted, I thought that's what you said.
Guys, please take a seat.
That's fine. Robert's not, we'll answer.
Yeah, you were. Yep, I would agree.
Say, just be nice.
Yeah, you lost that nice casual touch to it.
That's why she barked back at you. Bye. Bye. Bye, Jill.
All right, take care.
See you, Aldo.
See you, Aldo. See you, Joe.
Take care, guys.
See you again.
I'll pull it. It's a resolution.
You don't know what date that was.
I guess it was 2014 or 2013.
I have another one after that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna come back from recess. So I'm gonna ask a business agenda administrator. Matt, you wanna take us through the agenda, please?
So, not many resolutions this month, this meeting. First is, of notable, 190 authorizing agreement with Bruno Associates for grant writing. 191 authorizing change order number 1 and contract closeout. That was a change from the original agenda that went out for the removal of shade trees. That was our spring shade tree contract. That is now complete. And we have a redemption of a tax sale certificate for resolution 192. There are 4 ordinances for introduction this evening. First is setting the salary ordinance for 2023, now that the budget's been adopted. It was 1982. 1985 amends our ordinance with regard to solar panel installations. 186 amends our parking requirements. These are both issues that we've been discussing for several months. Rob, myself, the township engineer. This actually goes back to when Rudy was mayor. Has to do with townwide parking requirements that we've recognized after the pandemic. And 1987 authorizing a full amendment, pretty much a full amendment to our construction code fees. There are 2 motions which we'll read into the record at the 8 o'clock meeting. But a notable one is the Memorial Day Parade get together afterwards. And for public hearing and further consideration this evening, there are 2 ordinances. The first is, and we've been talking about this for several meetings as well, it's our amendment to the police promotional ordinance. Once this is passed, I would anticipate that the chief, upon approval of the police committee, will announce a test for the promotion to the rank of, for promotion to the rank of sergeant. That will probably occur right before Thanksgiving.
In the fall.
And then the final is the bond ordinance, which we passed on adoption at the last meeting. And that was due to, we were waiting on money from PSE&G to come in. As you know, we are paving part of the roads that they dug up with money that they're giving us. So instead of just having a road paved from center line to curb, we're gonna pave it curb to curb, utilizing part of their money. That's all I have for the agenda. Just a couple updates. We've been having several meetings with Ridgewood Water with regard to their lead service line replacement program. The governing body will need to enter into a shared service agreement with the Village of Ridgewood in our next, in the next couple of months. We're just waiting on updated ordinances to come through from Ridgewood's council. Council meaning SEL. We have approximately 15 lead service lines that have to be replaced in Wyckoff, which is amazing compared to the numbers that we're seeing in Glen Rock, Midland Park, and the Village of Ridgewood. This project will take about 4 years probably. Hopefully Wyckoff's lines will get done quicker, but the overall program will probably take about 4 years, but probably won't start until end of next year after all the necessary approvals come in from the iBank and from NJDEP. Our application to the Bergen County Open Space Trust Fund Park Improvement Program was submitted last week. Public hearing and a resolution on that application will be done at our next meeting on June 8th at our 7 o'clock session. currently out to bid is a lease of real property for our sports lighting pole down here on Memorial Field. We have a spot in between our antennas and the AT&T antennas, so we're leasing out. We're intending to lease out a spot. We do have an intended carrier that is looking at it. We will be going out to bid next Monday. I believe the ad went to the paper today for our road improvement program for 2023, and that will be for a bid opening that will occur the second week in June, so that
13.
June 13th, and then we will award that at our second meeting in June. And then on my desk, after the road bid is completed this week, are the bid documents so that we can finish the flexi paved path at Russell Park. We want to get that done this summer as well. And we can close out. We have 2 grants open with Bergen County Open Space with regard to that. We want to get them closed out and a little caught up on our outstanding grants. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Rob, you have anything from
I drafted the
talk to us
two,
about?
I drafted the 2 ordinances that are on the agenda tonight. It was a while ago, but be happy to answer any questions I can on it. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, report of township committee members. Dan, you want to kick us off?
Sure, I don't have much tonight. The Ramapo Indian Hills Board met. Not much was really accomplished. The trustees on the board were, somewhat arguing amongst one another, but I think in the end of the meeting, it sounded like they were all willing to work together and work toward working for the children and the schools. So hopefully that'll happen at the next meeting. The rec board was canceled. So that's all I got.
Scott,
Evening.
Lisa, how are you?
Pretty light as well. Attended the Memorial Day Parade Committee meeting the other night. Things are progressing very well. They have one more meeting left right before the Memorial Day holiday, but I think everything's going well. So looking forward to a real nice day. They're doing a lot of work, and I think it's going to be a good turnout.
Great, good job. Mr. Belgione, do you have something you'd like to tell us about, a report on?
Sure, I could tell you a few things. Thank you, Mayor. Environmental Commission met last night. Recapped the busy April they had. All the events went well. There's a Green Film Festival being held at the library this Thursday evening, and the commission is also preparing for the Fishing Derby, which will be held Saturday, June 3rd. DPW continues to do their great work around town. Since our last meeting 2 weeks ago, they're working on they completed an additional 20 different projects. So just another great job by them. Fire department, I just remind they're having their golf outing June 5th. I believe there's still spots available, right, Scott?
Yes.
If anyone wants to participate in the golf outing or a sponsorship, I know it's greatly appreciated. And I missed the Memorial Day Parade Committee, but I know we don't have another township meeting till after Memorial Day, so to remind everyone, fire department service is at 8:45 at Company 1. VFW service is at the Reformed Church at 10 a.m. I highly encourage everyone to go to both. Got a great keynote speaker at the 10 a.m. service that Scott mentioned last meeting, and then the parade kicks off at 11:30 on Wyckoff Ave at Cornerstone Church. That's all I have.
Rudy?
Thank you, Mayor. I too will be brief. Last Tuesday, we had a Historic Preservation Commission meeting, and the only really thing, there are ongoing discussions about what the criteria might be, if any, to add more buildings to the list of 14 that we have already put on our own historic register. Planning Board, as you know, Mayor, we both were at Wednesday night. We approved that, Planning Board approved the Hackensack Meridian Clinic and the Boulder Run Shopping Center and the Stop and Shop building by a 4-3 vote. The board also approved the soil movement permit on Manchester. There was a fence application on Ridge that was carried till the June meeting, and at the request of the applicant, the Ridgewood Water Cedar Hill proposed treatment plant was also carried until June. Board of Health met Thursday night, and I received a call from Board President Steve Clark And he asked me if I could do make a presentation, do a little tutorial on the dairy industry and fluid milk. And I said, you must be scraping the bottom of the barrel. So I did, because it's like my thing. So we had a good question and answer. And, it was fun to do, really. It was really fun to do. We talked about how things have changed and how much has remained the same and how the business has contracted over the last 50 or 60 years. So we had some fun. Mayor, I mentioned to you that I was going to ask that ordinance 1982 be considered separately tonight, but I changed my mind on that. There's an item on there that might need more consideration, but let's get it done here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I had just a couple things. First of all, I'd like to recognize and acknowledge National Law Enforcement Week. And, we're very fortunate in Wyckoff with our police force and their dedication. And if you get a chance to see any of our officers out there, tell them that you appreciate the work they do and thank them. And with the weather, and Scott's report, we're really gearing up for the Memorial Day Parade. I think it's going to be really good, very enthusiastic, and that's kind of all I have. Okay, with that, can we adjourn the work session? And then we'll
Motion
come
to
back
adjourn the
for
work session.
Business meeting?
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes?
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
And Mayor Madigan?
Yes.
With an affirmative vote, the motion is approved.
Quick work session. Might be the quickest one of the year.